The evidence after a deadly hit and run, and now she is a candidate for house arrest, and so that means getting out of prison to serve her sentence.
13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels examines this program and what's getting a second look.
Johnny Sabo was a free spirit. His life ended when he was hit and dragged by a car. A woman behind the wheel took off, and according to authorities, she tried to hide the evidence, and it was her own mother who turned her in. Sabo's family says they trusted the justice system until they got a letter explaining the driver was being considered for house arrest.
This is my baby brother. This is with my dad. This is Johnny.
Johnny Sabo was the baby of the family, and as he grew up through the years, he became a talented singer, from rock and roll to opera.
Johnny was loved so much, and he was a free spirit. In Las Vegas was his home. He loved Las Vegas.
Tina Quizan says it all came to a violent end on August 15th, 2017, when she got a call her baby brother was in really bad shape. He was hit by a car while pushing a shopping cart near Harmon and Wynn, just west of the Las Vegas Strip. The crash left him brain dead.
I promised him, I'm going to get justice for you. I'm going to find who did this to you. I got you, Johnny, I got you. I promise I'll get justice for you. We're going to find who did this. We're going to get them put away.
Daria Jepson was Johnny's best friend of 25 years. She was there as he laid in a hospital bed long enough to have his organs donated, and she made that promise.
Last Tuesday, Johnny was pushing a shopping cart when a car struck him, then drove away, leaving him for dead.
As fate would have it, this 13 Action News broadcast brought the crucial tip authorities needed to arrest Alejandra Robertson, just 23 years old at the time.
Unless it was for your TV station actually putting out a call to the public to please come forward and help us solve this crime, we would have never found out.
Robertson admitted to police she hit Sabo and took off because she was scared. She parked her car around the corner from the crash scene and told police she tried to saw the windshield out of the vehicle. She never bothered to call police. Court records indicate her original case involved DUI. Records show she took a plea deal to the lesser charge of leaving the scene of an accident. That's a non-violent crime according to state law. She was sent to prison to serve between 4 and 12 years, or so Johnny's friends and family thought.
Bam, there's this letter. And it just floored me. And I literally cried for probably 20 hours. I just couldn't believe. I felt like any bit of justice that we got was taken back. And it brought me right back to the hospital where I sat with my best friend, giving him butterfly kisses with my eyelashes and rubbing his arm.
This is the letter revealing Alejandra Robertson is being considered for residential confinement or house arrest, just 2 years into her minimum 4-year prison sentence and 18 months before her parole eligibility date. The letter says if approved, Robertson could be released and able to attend school or work in the community.
I'm bewildered. I'm lost, because when you think you have justice, this is an injustice.
13 Investigates contacted the Nevada Department of Corrections. A spokesperson released a page-and-a-half explanation regarding Robertson's possible release, explaining in part, DUIs causing death or substantial bodily harm are considered non-violent crimes under state law, and inmates are eligible for residential confinement.
She dragged him 150 feet. They said his skull, the back, you can't see it here, but the back of his head, the brain was exposed.
How not violent is that? That is an extremely violent way to die. It's horrific.
For this residential program, currently the Director of Corrections has no authority to deny anybody.
13 Investigates has learned the residential confinement program has faced scrutiny as recently as last year. Then, Nevada Department of Corrections Director James Zarenda testified before lawmakers the program was seriously flawed.
I'm looking at some of these cases saying these individuals truly need certain specific behavioral therapy. They refuse it, and I still have to approve it. Made no sense to me that they would still be jeopardizing the community by that effect.
The former director revealed victims or their families oftentimes weren't being contacted about the inmate's eligibility for house arrest. Do you think Alejandra should be eligible for this home confinement program?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Lawmakers passed a bill which now allows the Department of Corrections to seek victim input before they consider applications for the residential confinement program. Johnny's friends and family argue that's a start, but not enough.
I hope that if anything, maybe this can give other families some comfort that this isn't going to happen to them.
They want DUIs causing death or harm to be considered violent crimes and for inmates to serve their minimum sentence behind bars before any consideration for house arrest. The Department of Corrections did not grant us an on-camera interview. A spokesperson tells us the status of Robertson's application is confidential, and it's unclear when she could be released on house arrest if approved. Joe Bartels, 13 Investigates.